What's the number one reason projects fail? It's not what you think, and it will drain your budget faster than you can say scope creep. Today, I'm going to show you the exact system the pros use to lock down project finances. By the end, you'll know how to build a bulletproof cost plan from scratch. Welcome to Humraz Learning World. If you're managing a project, you're managing money. Every decision has a price tag. So, what does it really take to finish on budget? First, we need a clear definition. Project cost management is the entire framework for estimating, planning, funding, and ultimately controlling every single expense. Your goal? To complete the work within the approved financial limits. But here's the catch: it's not just about the initial build cost. You must also predict the long-term operational expenses your project will create. A cheap build today could mean massive support costs tomorrow. How do you stay on top of this? With a detailed cost management plan? This is your rulebook. It tells you how you will assess needs, estimate prices, set your budget, and monitor performance. A key tool here is Earned Value Management, or EVM, a powerful method for measuring cost and schedule health in real time. Your budget is a story you tell with numbers. Make sure it has a happy ending. Now, before we dive into the step-by-step processes, we have to tailor our approach. Every project is unique. You must consider your organization's knowledge bases and financial databases. How good is your historical data? You must nail your estimating and budgeting approach. Will you use an agile method? What governance policies are in place? Answering these questions sets the stage. A huge part of this is understanding the different kinds of costs you'll face. Miss this, and your estimates will be fiction. Let's break them down fast. Fixed costs. These don't change. Think of leased equipment for the entire project. Variable costs. These fluctuate. Hourly wages or material prices are perfect examples. Direct costs, expenses tied directly to the project work, like your team's salaries. Indirect costs, the overhead administration, utilities, security. They're shared but real. And finally, sunk costs, money already spent and gone. This is a critical mental trap. You must never let past spending dictate future decisions. Now, the core of PMI's framework, the 4 essential processes. Process 1. Plan cost management. This is where you define the how. How will you estimate? How will you budget? How will you track and control? You use inputs like the project charter and your overall management plan. The main technique? Creating a detailed work breakdown structure, or WBS, to see every piece. You'll also lean on expert opinions, historical data analysis, and specialized meetings. The output is your official cost management plan. A plan without a baseline is just a guess wearing a suit. Process 2. Estimate costs. Here, you attach dollar figures to the resources in your WB. This isn't a one-time event. You refine estimates throughout the project lifecycle. Your toolkit is rich: expert judgment, analogous estimating, parametric estimating, bottom-up estimating, and 3-point estimation. You crunch this data, make decisions, and produce your formal cost estimates and the reasoning behind them, but an estimate isn't a budget. So, what's the difference? This next step is where the money gets real authority. Process 3. Determine budget. This is where you aggregate all your approved cost estimates to establish your formal cost baseline. This baseline is your official time-phased spending plan. Crucially, a responsible budget includes reserves. Contingency reserves are for known risks. Management reserves are for the true unknowns, the what-ifs you can't see coming. You've got a plan and a budget. But how do you stop it all from going off the rails? This last process is your control tower. Process 4. Control costs. This is the ongoing work of monitoring spend, updating project costs, and managing changes to that precious baseline. You constantly measure the variance between what you plan to spend and what you're actually spending. When you see a deviation, you investigate, record it, and if needed, initiate a formal change request to get back on track. Your key tools here are deep data analysis, including forecasting metrics like the 2 Complete Performance Index (TCPI) and your project management software. You produce work performance reports, updated cost forecasts, and any necessary plan changes. And there you have it. You've moved from a rough idea to a detailed plan, a solid budget, and a system of continuous control. Master these 4 processes, and you transform from hoping you'll stay on budget to knowing you will. If this breakdown of project cost management was valuable, do us a huge favor. Hit the like button and subscribe to Ajirica for more deep dives that turn complex topics into clear action. Thanks for watching.